What is up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys jumping on. We're doing the live cold calling session once again. My name is Henry Eisenstein. Thank you guys for tuning in. So I got the dialer loaded up. We're ready to rock and roll. We're going to try to generate some good leads today. Let's see what we can make happen.
Rossi Management. Please hold while I try to connect.
All right. Well, we start off with a voicemail. Today, we're going to try to shoot for two great seller leads. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got a little bit of an upgrade to the studio. We got the great, the nice touch board. We got the background panels. Hey, John.
Again, press any key to continue.
So we're going to try to make things happen today. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. If you have any questions, you can treat this like an open-ended kind of communication. Love to chat with you guys and answer any and all questions you guys have. But today we're going to talk about lead generation. I feel like a lot of people are, in this type of a market, this type of economy.
Healthcare for customer service.
A lot of people are, not generating the amount of leads that they want to generate. So, a lot of amazing things are coming out to you shortly, by the way, because we got a new program that's coming out. We got a bunch of new cool things that are coming out, new CRM, all this different stuff. And I'm super excited about all of it. And obviously, I want to make sure that all of you guys get the value that you guys are looking for. So we're going to talk about lead generation today, just to get like a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going to be coming into the program.
Hi, you've reached the Rossi
But this is going to be our most affordable program we've ever launched before. So I'm super excited for that. Lots of cool ways for you guys to even get it for free. So anyways, stay tuned for all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about lead gen, how to make more money when it comes to the commercial real estate business. And it all starts from generating more leads. A lot of people are struggling when it comes to generating more leads. And we're going to make sure that we answer this question. How do I 2 to 10x my leads in the next 30 days or less? Okay, because that's what's most important. So I'm going to just, come back over here. And we're going to talk about a little bit of this kind of stuff here. So here we go. So we're going to talk about what's on the board behind me, right? This is the important stuff. This is what makes you guys money. This is the foundational things where if you don't solve these types of problems, you're going to struggle in the real estate business, period, end of story, right? Like if you don't solve this problem, nothing else matters.
Please leave your message for...
And I'm going to do this all while cold calling. So we're going to talk about lead generation. I'm going to do it while I'm cold calling right now because this stuff, if you can figure out how to generate endless leads, more leads than you have the month before, right? Like, I'm going to show you exactly how many leads to generate. If you can do this each and every single month consistently, you're not going to have a money problem. Okay.
This call may
but anyways, I'm doing this while I'm cold calling, by the way. Okay. I'm multitasking just to give you an idea. So for lead generation, how to 2 to 10x your leads in the next 21 to 30 days. Right? Because you don't want to wait a lot of time, but you got to get to work. Okay. So let's talk about this. Number one, I want to explain in the corner here. This is volume is king, right? A lot of people don't realize, but volume is going to be the thing that changes your business.
This call may be recorded.
Right? A lot of people don't realize that most people aren't doing enough volume to actually even see any type of result. Most of the time, when people are putting in the work, they're putting in, this much effort in regards to what actually needs to happen, right? Volume is king because most people right now, like you might be making your calls, but you're not making anywhere near enough, right? Like there's so many things that I feel like,
sorry, we can't get to you, right?
Where I feel like there's just so many things that people know what to do, but they're just nowhere near the volume to see the results that they're looking for. And that's going to be one of the biggest mistakes that people make, which is just like, look, not making enough calls to generate a seller lead, the goal is 2 seller leads every single day. If you can't generate 2 seller leads a day, most people aren't even doing 1 seller lead a day, right? This is like a bare bones minimum where if you just generated 2 seller leads each and every single day, you're going to be able to make enough money consistently for you to see the fruits of your hard work, right? But most people don't do that. They don't do that. And all of a sudden, they go a year or two down the road, and they never generate enough leads to actually close any business, right? So this is where it all starts. Now I'm going to show you the how in a minute. But again, this is the bare minimum stuff, guys. We're like, hey, while you're doing your deal, while you're running your business, I need you to be focused on 2 seller leads a day, every day. Now, what this says here is 40 to 100 leads a month. Hey, Robert?
Hello?
Yeah, I was looking for Robert Polis.
Oh, it's wrong number.
Wrong number. Sorry about that. Have a great day. By the way, when you're dialing, delete the wrong numbers. What's up, Sergio? Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. So look, 40 to 100 leads a month. If you're generating 40 to 100 leads a month, which by the way, just starts doing 2 seller leads a day, Monday through Friday. Okay. If you just do that, you will see some decent success.
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, Gary.
Yes.
Yeah, Gary. My name is Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Powderhorn Drive. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Great. I was calling you because my partners and I are going through a 1031 exchange, and we're looking to move some money for tax purposes. And I was curious if you'd be totally against the idea of selling the building.
I have one of the buildings on Powder already under contract.
One of the buildings, because I know you got two of them here. Are they on the same lot, or are they separate lots?
No, they're separate lots.
Okay, got it. What's the how much are you selling the other one for?
Well, the other one's not for sale yet because it looks like the tenant that's there. He has 3 years left on his lease, and then looks like they want to buy that building.
Got it.
So in 3 years. So I did give them I will give them the first option. Obviously it'll be market value. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. What'd you end up selling the one building for? What are you under contract for?
I think it was 4.7.
And how much square foot is that?
I think it's about 18,500.
That's an amazing offer. Well, best of luck with that. Do you have any other properties you might consider selling besides these?
Not at the moment. It was a good price, yeah. But you know what? I went by the cap rate.
Well, I guess you got a strong occupancy with good tenants there.
Yeah, I got strong occupancy there. So if you do that at a very fair cap rate. The building's the $5 million building.
Yeah, that's great. Well, look, I guess best of luck on the sale. I mean, I'm definitely interested in taking a look at something else if you have anything, but I'm guessing you're not.
Yeah.
Are you looking at 1031 exchange into?
Nothing that I know at the moment. And I do get a lot of calls for those 1031 exchanges.
Yeah, are you going to 1031 or are you just going to pay the tax?
No.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to pay
The
doing
tax.
a Delaware.
Oh, a DST. Nice. Smart choice, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I appreciate the call. Thank you. And I guess I got to keep hunting for a good opportunity.
Yeah, keep me in mind. If something ever comes up, I do have 4 or 5 buildings. So
would you be open to maybe hearing an offer on one of the other buildings?
Probably not at the moment because there's too much tax implications right now.
Well, look, I mean, I don't mind if I close in 2026. What else would you be open to hearing an offer
You're
on?
limited on market. Yeah, because you're limited with the 1031 exchanges. And I can tell you, I've done a couple of 1031 exchanges.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that I probably do it all the time, probably way more than I've ever done it. But sometimes I was willing to pay more just to the property because at least I don't give it to the damn government.
That's right. Yeah, that's all we care about is not giving it to the damn government. Well, do you have another building that you'd be maybe open to hearing an offer on that we can close next year on?
Not that I know of. I just moved a brand new tenant into that building with a $600,000 tenant improvement.
Okay.
So probably not at this present moment. You know how things change, but
Sure.
not at this present moment.
All right. Well, look, yeah, I'll definitely keep you.
Call me, man.
Yeah, I'll give you a call back in a couple months and see how you're doing.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank
Gary.
you for reaching out to me.
Of course, you got it. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. So, definitely looks like we missed it. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Someone's paying a crazy number on this building. God bless. I mean, that guy's paying $300 a foot almost. Woo! Golly, I would not be anywhere near that. I am sorry, Gary. Good luck, Gary. I mean, God bless Gary. I would probably be at $3 million, right? I mean, he probably has a very strong tenant in there, but the building's not worth $4.75 million. That's crazy. But so everyone understands the 2 seller leads a day. I mean, like 2 seller leads a day is going to keep your financial worries away for the most part. Obviously, there's a couple other pieces you got to figure out, but for the most part, 2 seller leads a day is going to keep you in a good trajectory. Okay. Now, a couple of things here. Before we dive into the actual what, I'm going to talk to you about the fundamentals, okay? 3 minimum hours a day of prospecting. If you're not hitting your 3 minimum hours, it's going to be difficult to get your 2 seller leads a day.
Not available at the time.
Right? Because you got a lot of voicemails, you got a lot of wrong numbers, you got a lot of other things. You have to be going for a long enough period
The
of time.
person you're trying to reach.
Okay. So, and guys, don't forget, I'm also cold calling. So I'm doing a training here about lead generation, how to 10x your leads in the next 21 to 30 days or less. I'm also cold calling. So we're going to be doing both. Okay. 3 minimum hours a day. And if you're not doing 3 minimum hours a day, I also don't know what you're doing with your time. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We are licensed salespeople. You should be on the phone trying to sell and trying to generate some opportunities every day that you can. Okay. So 2 seller leads a day minimum, 3 minimum hours a day. These are your metrics. Okay. Next, I want you to choose cold one-to-one as your priority lead generation source at the beginning of your career. Okay. Hey, Lawrence.
Hello, this is Bassett Furniture.
Yeah, I have the wrong number. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I want you to choose cold one-to-one as your priority. Okay. Cold one-to-one, which means cold calling, cold door knocking, right? Cold one-to-one emailing, right? Cold calling, okay, should be your priority lead gen source for now. Okay. I'm not saying you're not going to do other things, but I am saying that you're going to do cold one-to-one as your main priority type of lead gen source. Okay. So it's going to be your priority. You should be able to do, again, over here, you see the core 4. You should be able to do 20 to 40 leads a month in your cold one-to-one. Your warm one-to-one should be 1 to 10, and we'll talk about the one-to-manys later. But this is when you have some money, time, energy, and effort to delegate into these things. Okay, like this is not simple things to do unless you have the understanding of the process. Okay, but a lot of people can figure out the cold one-to-one. You can literally go in the description down below, and you can download my free script book. Okay, which by the way, Scriptbook 2.0 is coming out with the launch of our new program. Okay, we're creating a new program that's coming out. It's gonna be basically gonna give you all the tools and resources you need to 2 to 10x your leads in the next 21 to 30 days. Okay, so what a lot of people also miss out on, okay, is not only they choose the wrong thing, right? Like they think that they focus on the social media, which is the warm one-to-many. They try to figure out the email blast. They think they're going to get enough inbound leads to actually make any money, and you're not gonna. Okay, it's really focusing on cold one-to-one for minimum 3 hours a day. This is how you get your 2 seller leads every single day, no problem. Okay, now I would say as you grow. Hey, Steven?
Again.
Okay, next. So again, as you grow, you're going to add in these things. This is what people don't realize. It goes like this. You have your cold. You have your cold one-to-one, your warm one-to-one, warm one-to-many, cold one-to-many. This is the circle, right? So you're going to first focus on. Hello, Lawrence?
Hello, that's a furniture.
No, I'm sorry, I have the wrong
Hello,
number.
that's a furniture.
I have the wrong number. Sorry. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to first focus on this, right? This is first. Okay. This is second. This is third. And this is fourth. Okay, so you're going to start cold one-to-one, then you're going to focus on your warm one-to-one, then you focus on warm one-to-one.
How may I help you?
I have the wrong number. Sorry about that. So the reason why you're doing this, though, is because if you can master your cold one-to-one, okay, you master the art of sales, okay? When you master the art of sales, you give yourself the highest likelihood of converting on the rest of it. But too many people are like, oh, I'm just going to do content. I don't have to learn how to do sales. Like, that's a completely wrong statement.
Prove you're not a.
If you don't learn how to do sales, okay, you're never going to be able to convert anywhere. That's why cold one-to-one is the perfect place to start.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking for Carmine.
Who's this?
My name is Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Route 35 in Middletown. How you doing? And it looks like he hung up. Next. So they don't figure out their sale. They don't understand how to sell. So they end up generating, a bunch of referrals. They end up, they end up getting some referrals, not a lot, but they get some referrals. They get some leads from their cold, the social media profile, but they don't know how to convert them. That's the problem, right? So if they don't know how to convert them, they never end up making any money because they never learned the conversion side of the cold one-to-one. This is where you start, because once you master the art of cold, everything else is so much easier, right? Your whole life is easier when you learn the cold one-to-one. So focus on cold one-to-one first, master this game, and everything else becomes easier, which is why I say focus here. Then you can start adding in your warm one-to-one. I literally write it right here. Spend 1 to 4 hours a week in your warm
We're
one-to-one.
sorry, you've reached a number
Okay,
that
you focus 1 to 4 hours every single week on the warm stuff, which is calling your sphere of influence, your database, right? Your past clients, your current clients, and asking for referrals.
to an automated voice
But you
messaging system.
don't make that the priority. You can't live off of those referrals, especially at the beginning of your career when you have no past clients or current clients to work with, right? You just can't. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So spend 1 to 4 hours a week on the warm one-to-one, but you're spending 3 hours a day on the cold stuff, right? This is how you're going to build your foundation. I'm looking for Lawrence Shettleman, please.
Who?
I might have the wrong number. Sorry about that. Bye.
Okay.
So focus on the cold one-to-one. You can add the warm 1 to 4 hours a day. Okay. Once you hit the 300 grand a year, then you can do the warm one-to-many. And then you can also, once you hit like 500K a year, you can start really focusing on the cold one-to-many because this is the paid ad stuff. Okay. This is the social media content, right? And obviously I'm telling you,
We're still okay.
most people don't actually do social media right. They don't spend the time, energy, and effort. They don't have the resources. They don't have the right equipment to actually make it look halfway decent online, right? So I'm telling you, don't even focus on it. You don't need to have a crazy social media profile to make a lot of money in commercial real estate,
The person you're trying to
right?
reach.
You just don't. Okay, people overvalue how much what they can do with the social media stuff. I think that there's a ton of money to be made in social media, but if you don't even know how to sell and you don't know the right lingo, it doesn't even freaking matter. Okay, because you're not going to convert anyways. Okay, so now let's focus on the exact what, like how to actually lead generate, like the process behind all of it. Okay, very, very important stuff. So here we go. 1 second here. Okay, so let's talk about the key important stuff here. Okay, so first and foremost, what you're going to focus on is the following. When you're doing your lead gen, you need to have a script.
Automated voice messaging system.
Okay, you need to have a script. Number one, you need to have a script. Okay, my dog's going to protect me. So you need to have a script. Very, very important stuff. Okay, the script here is going to be very, very important because most people don't even have a script. They're just making calls to make calls. Okay, and if they're just making calls to make calls, nothing's ever going to happen here. Right? Very, very, very crucial piece here. Where look for free. Hey, John.
Please leave your message.
Yeah, for free in the description down below, you can download my script book. Okay, script book 2.0 is coming out very soon. Make sure you download it. Okay, you need to have a script because if you're just winging it, you're not going to make any money. You need to have a script, and you just got to follow the script. Okay. By the way, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat box down below. We're going to get to some of your questions, Carlos, because Carlos is saying here, how do you make sure you're able to work on developing your team?
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Hello. Yeah.
Hey, John. My name is Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Highway 34 in Farmingdale. How you doing?
What's it in reference to?
I run a small investment company, and my partners and I are going through a 1031 exchange, and I was just curious if you'd be totally against the idea of selling the building.
No. We're a family-owned operation, and we work out of this building, and we own it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
So
You wouldn't be open to the idea of
No,
like
thanks.
a sale leaseback or anything like that? And that's a no, because she hung up. Nice little building, owner occupied, been there a while. All good. Carlos is saying, okay, how do you make sure that you have time to work on developing your team, your EXP downline, while making sure that you get your own leasing, or I don't do a lot of leasing deals, but my own deals done. Well, look, I mean, when I have a team, I delegate a lot of that stuff out.
Hello, Russell Smith speaking.
I'm sorry, I was looking for John Christie.
Sorry, you got Russell Smith.
Right, yeah, wrong number, completely wrong number. Look, when you build a big team, we delegate a lot, right? I have my own support. I have support staff. I have agents who take care of a lot of the stuff. Where I just focus on the highest and best use time. I'm generating my own opportunities right now, right? Very high leverage.
Please press 0.
Very high leverage activities where obviously I have to generate my own leads, and then once I generate the leads, I can pass it off to my team if my buyers don't want it right away, right? That's the way to do it. Hey, Al. Yeah, we just got logged out of the dialer. Don't you just love it? All right, we're going to call back. Let me just log back in real quick. Mojo. I would turn up your volume, my friend, because everyone else can hear me. Oh, voicemails. Yes, we always drop voicemails, but I'm in a software right now that auto drops them, so I don't need to do it. I'm using Mojo Cells. I've been using Mojo for 10 years.
Using your touchtone phone, please enter your PIN number.
Come on. There we go.
You are now logged into
Let me get logged back in real quick.
Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
All right, we're going to get logged back in and make sure that I'm not, let me just make sure I'm not calling the same people back. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, again, there's voicemails left in there, and I'll make sure I explain it to you, right? So you make sure you memorize your script.
If you know your party's extension,
Because the script is number one. You need to understand your script. In the description down below, it's free. Make sure you download it, okay? That's number one. Number two is the process when you're doing it. Make sure you're getting good data, okay? You need to have good data. If you're not getting good data, you're going to have a very big problem when you're prospecting, okay? Data is king. You need to make sure you have good quality data, because if you're calling off of, let's just say, Zillow, okay, and you want to make more, because you're a residential agent and you want to sell more, more commercial deals, okay, but you're calling from a software like a RedX or a Vulcan or something like that, and they're scraping the data. It's only going to have single families and maybe duplexes, 3 families, and 4 families. You're not going to be able to call the right commercial deals, and you're not going to find the right phone numbers. You're going to be dealing with true people search and fast people search all day long. You can't do that. That's not scalable, okay? What we like to do, my dialer is freaking out right now. Weird. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going into the dialer again. I don't know what's going on. Carlos says, "What does your voicemail sound like, given the fact that you can customize it for each deal?" Yeah. I basically say the exact same thing that I do in my opening line. I say it very quickly in the voicemail. So it'd be like something like, hey, my name is Henry. I'm a local investor in the area, and I'm looking to buy another property in town. And if you're open to the idea of hearing an offer, give me a call back, and I'll drop my cell phone number. And that's it. Very, very simple thing. It's basically my same opening line, obviously with a quick variation.
Using your touchtone phone, please.
All right, we're logging back into the dialer. Give me 1 second. I ordered a protein shake because we're out of my power. 1 second. So we ordered some protein shakes. So give me a second here. Oh, very nice, very nice. What we got? Let's see how this tastes. Have they ever done this? They put like a bag of ice in your delivery. That's pretty interesting. I've never gotten that before. I got my protein shake, which I'm very excited about. And did they give me a straw? I don't think they gave me a straw. Oh, no, they did. It's just under everything else. There's my straw. We're going to have some fun. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's get focused here. I'm going to have my protein shake. I always like making sure I have my shake in the morning, but our last delivery, for whatever reason, I think because of the weather, got canceled, so it's not coming till tomorrow. So I got to deal with deliveries for my protein shakes. So here we go. Not too bad. All right, here we go. Dialer's loaded back up. I'm ready to go. So make sure you're getting your data. If you're, for me, we get most of our data from Reonomy. Right? We get some from CoStar. Right? Reonomy and CoStar are going to be most of the places that we get most of our data from.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm looking for Rosa or Rocco.
Who? Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Rocco. My name is Henry. I was calling about the building you have on US Highway 46 in Fairfield. How you doing?
Yeah, what can I help you with?
I was calling you because my partner and I are selling off a few of our properties, and we're looking to do a 1031 exchange. And I was just curious if you'd be totally against the idea of selling the building here on Highway 46.
No.
Even if
interesting.
Even if you got a great price for it?
Even if I have to what?
Even if you got a great price for it, Rocco?
Listen, the prices that have been thrown at me, the only people that they're going to be happy will be the federal government.
Yeah, I get that.
If
all
you
right.
get what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay,
Have a
so
good day, okay?
All right, so no, I'm
Thank
not
you.
interested in selling. Thanks, Rocco. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I mean, look, just obviously not interested in selling. I have a note here that I spoke to him, and he declined $4 million, which is $425 a foot. I'm not interested in doing wasting my time with people who are not selling for $425 a foot. Great protein shake. So Let's get to it. If you're okay, get your script downloaded, get the right data. I'm sorry, I have the wrong number. Get the right data. Number 3, you need a dialer. Okay, and you need a CRM.
9.
Okay, you need the right dialer and the right CRM. And I'm actually going to be launching my new CRM, which is called CRE Sync. Okay, CRE Sync is coming out very shortly. You guys are all going to have access to, obviously check it out. I basically custom built every one of our templates that are in our that are in my business right now. Right, like every single one of the templates, my follow-up campaigns, my cold campaigns, our tags, all the stuff that you could possibly imagine, like our opportunity pipeline, like what our pipeline looks like. All of it is in the CRM. I custom built it and literally just replicated it off of what we used in the past. I pre-recorded the voicemails myself. I custom built all the templates. All you have to do is plug and play. It works like a freaking beast. Okay. Point is, CRE Sync's going to be launching with our new program as well. We got our new script book launching. We got a new program launching, and we have our new CRM launching. Hey, Don. Donald, you there? Donald, are you there? Donald. Okay. It's my terrible Trump impression. No, Donald there. I'm an experienced cold caller. Give me a chance. Well, I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Reach out via the info@henryeisenstein.com. You got to be a licensed agent to work with us. So, again, get your scriptbook 2.0 coming out soon. Your data, you make sure you go to Reonomy and CoStar. Get yourself an account. You need the right data. You can't prospect if you don't have the right data. You need to have a dialer and a CRM. I got my own CRM that's coming out, which actually has a dialer included in it. Obviously, there's a little bit of extra cost for the dialer and everything like that, but you're going to be able to get everything. You're going to be able to get both of these included. My custom dialer
We are not available now.
is going to be launching shortly, okay? So make sure you guys check that out. CRE Sync is coming to you, okay? Very, very excited about that, okay? Number 4, very important pieces here, okay? This is where the rubber meets the road, okay? You need to make sure that you practice, okay? You have to make sure you practice / role play with a partner, okay?
This phone is protected by
here we go.
To prove you're not a robocall,
I'm not a robocall.
please enter the number 23.
23. Let's see if we can get through.
Thank you. Connecting your call now.
All right, let's see if someone else. So you need a role play and practice. This is why in the program that we're launching, we're going to be launching a community that you're going to have access to be able to role play and practice all the freaking time to make sure you can get your skills up. This way you can start getting the results as fast as freaking possible. Okay. Doesn't seem like anyone's going to connect here. Okay. Number 5 is you're going to realize it's always call first. Okay. Call first. Okay. You got to leave a voicemail second. Okay. Then you send them a text message. Okay. Then you send them an email.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. I was looking for Martin.
Hello? Who's calling, please?
Yeah. Hi, Martin. My name is Henry. I was calling you about the property you have on Whitaker Street. How you doing?
I'm fine. You're a broker, right?
I'm an investor myself. I do hold a license, but it's just so we can buy deals.
Okay, thank you. But what property are you interested in?
I'm trying to buy one of the apartment complexes you have.
Okay, but they're not for sale, okay?
Not for
But
sale. I
thank
mean,
you for calling.
even if you got a great price for it.
Yeah, $100 million. I'll begin to talk to you, okay?
100 million sounds a little overpriced, but okay, I can understand that.
Oh, a lot overpriced.
It is a lot overpriced. All right, buddy. No worries. Thanks, Martin. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Not interested in selling.
Yeah, by the way, what most people do is that they go, oh my God, I got a lead. It's not a lead. He wants a stupid number. I mean, like this, you got to find people who want to sell, right? Because, okay, ready? You understand. First thing, get your script, then get your data. Make sure you get your dialer and CRM. CRM Sync is coming to you soon. Very excited about that. Number 4, make sure you role play and practice with the, whether it's a colleague, a partner, or anybody else. Hey, Donald.
Who's calling?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My name is Henry. I was calling you about the property on Clinton Road in Fairfield. How you doing?
Yeah, I don't know why you have us connected with that property. I don't know why.
I'm guessing you
My
don't know.
husband died 2 years ago, so
Gotcha. I'm so sorry.
that wasn't part of the estate.
That wasn't part of
That
this thing.
wasn't part of the estate.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've got the wrong.
Did you have anything else, or any other commercial? I'm an investor in the area, and I'm trying to buy a couple of properties. We're going through a 1031 exchange, and she's hung up. Oh, good. Goodbye. Go for broke. Why not? You need a place to role play and practice. I don't care if it's your colleague, a partner, or anybody else. I don't care if it's your spouse. Does not matter. Okay. Then you have to follow the process. You got to always make sure you call first. right? Make sure you call first, because too many of us are just trying to send text messages. Millennials and Gen Z just like to send text messages. No, you have to call first. Business gets done over the phone. Hey, Glenn.
Hello?
Hi, Miss. Yeah, hi, Kathy. My name's Henry. I was calling about the building you have on White Horse Pike in Egg Harbor. How you doing?
I can give him a message. He's not here right now.
Okay. Is there a better time to call back?
No, he's got a lot of things going on, so it's hard to pinpoint him. I can give him a message, and then I'll have him give you.
Yeah, I was interested in making him an offer to buy the building.
And are you talking? Which property are you talking about? The 402 White Horse Pike.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your name again?
My name is Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
And Henry, what's your telephone number?
Direct line is 908-216-6532. It's my office line. You can call me 24/7.
Okay. Are you with a different, certain office, or just tell him it's Henry and you're looking?
Yeah, just my name is Henry, and that's the good number to call me at if you want to hear an offer on the building.
Awesome. Okay.
Thanks, Kathy.
I'll give you a call, Henry.
Yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
All right. So make sure, again, you call first. You always leave a voicemail. You send a text messages, then you leave, and then you shoot them an email. Okay. Next. Okay. Number 6.
Hello, well, I tried to connect you.
Actually, hold on. Undo. We're going to do a new page. Okay. Let's go to next. Okay. Number 6. When you're dialing the phones, okay, very, very important. You got to do this, okay? When you're dialing the phones, I would recommend that you stand up. Stand when dialing. Hello? Hello? Great conversation. Okay. Look, stand when you dial. I got a standing desk in front of me. All right, I'm doing, obviously, this training while I'm dialing the phone. Like, obviously, I've been doing this a very long time. I can multitask. It doesn't really matter. Hey, Mitch.
Thank you for calling MH Optic.
Not the right phone number. So stand when you dial, right? It changes your level of energy when you stand when you dial, okay? It's a way different environment when you do that. Got my protein shake while we're doing this, guys. Just to show you that obviously we're live, okay? So stand when you dial. You're going to feel better. You're going to sound better, okay? Number 7 is you're going to make sure. Yeah, I was looking for Aldo, please.
This is Aldo?
Yeah, hey, Aldo. My name is Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Hayward Avenue. How you doing?
Good. It's not for sale.
Yeah, I'm sure you get calls like this all the time. I just, my partner and I are just sold off a building locally.
About 1 million of them.
I'm sure. I get calls like this all the time on my properties too. I just, my partner and I are going through a 1031 exchange and need to move some money for tax purposes. So I don't know if maybe you have another building you might consider selling besides this one.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Gotcha. I mean, is it a price thing?
No, I'm not looking to sell it.
Not looking to
I
sell
don't
it.
need the money.
All right. Well, look, I mean, I can understand that. I appreciate it. No worries, Aldo. Thank you. Bye. So look, obviously because of the training and other things, like you could pitch, you could pitch these kind of people and like maybe buy another building. I can see how many properties they own, by the way. I always cross-reference it with Reonomy. I don't, I can clearly see he owns one building, so it's like, I'm not going to pitch him to see if he'd be open to buying. He owns one property. Odds of him buying are very low. But anyways, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that shortly. But okay, number 7 is match a mirror. Okay. Okay. Which has to do with rate of speech.
Please leave your name.
And then, thankfully, that happened to be voicemail. Okay, rate of speech. Okay, and tonality. Okay, rate of speech and tonality. So when you're doing, what was it? Hey, Victor.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
All right, voicemail. Hold on. I normally have like a 50-gram a protein shake in the morning. Wasn't able to get it, so I had to order one. I'm pretty upset about it, but whatever. Anyways, match a mirror. When you're speaking to somebody, you got to understand, you can't speak the same way. Okay, obviously, someone like me, very high energy. I can't speak the same way speaking to like an elderly woman as I would speaking to a man, who's 40 years old. All right, like you just can't, right? Like you're speaking to an 80-year-old woman or a 40-year-old man from New York. You can't speak the same way. You have to make sure you change and adjust your rate of speech, your tonality, because you're not going to be able to relate to that type of individual. They're going to feel like you're steamrolling them. Okay. Next. Okay. By the way, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat box down below. We're gonna make sure we get all your questions answered. If you have any, a bunch of free resources down in the description down below as well. So it's all free stuff. Just take advantage of it. Okay. Number next here. Okay. Very important. Master opening lines. Okay. Master your opening lines. Okay. The reason why you have to master your opening lines is because that is one of the most important pieces. It's just like a hook in when it comes to social media. Hey, Gerald.
Done with you.
We're done with you. Oh, that's so master your opening line. Okay. Because if you don't know your opening lines, you got to be able to memorize it like clockwork. Okay. Because that opening line is just like a hook when it comes to social media. You're going to be repeating it over and over and over again. Right. This is something that you're going to say repeatedly. And if you don't master your opening lines, you're going to have a really tough problem to getting more leads. Okay. Number 9 is realize the mission, the objective. Okay. Objective. Okay. Your objective is to do what on the phones?
Thank you for calling.
Right. You got to think about it. What is your objective when you're dialing the phones? What is your objective? Well, the right answer is one of 2 things. Okay. You're doing one. Okay. Number 1 is get enough, information, enough info to sell the deal. Okay. That's number 1. Okay. Get enough information to sell the deal. Okay. Because when you're dialing, if you don't get enough information to sell the deal, what do you have to do? You got to call them back, right? Like if you don't have enough information to sell the deal, you just got to call them back and get enough information to sell the deal. That's number 1 priority. Okay. Number 2 is you can set an appointment. Okay. Set an appointment. So when you're dialing the phones, you're going to only have so much options here. Okay. Like you got to think about your objective is to get enough information to sell the deal. And if you'd like to, you can set an appointment. I don't need to set an appointment because we sell deals all over the country. I can just send my buyer out or my buyers. I'll send a buyer out to go check out the property. I don't need to go tour a property, open doors for him. He can do that. Okay. They'll meet with a property manager or something like that. It won't even matter. I'm looking for Frederick, please.
Sorry, Fred?
Yeah, Fred, please.
He is not here.
Got it. Is there a better time I should call back?
He's never present.
Got it. I have a cell. I'll give him a call there. Thanks. On to the next. Okay. So objective, get enough information to sell the deal, and then you can set an appointment if you want to. My team and I, we don't normally ever set appointments until we have a tour set up. Hey, Derek?
Thank you for calling, Gerard.
Okay. So objective, very, very important. Get enough information to sell the deal or you're going to struggle generating leads, okay? Because typically when you do is that, these people are just, they're making their calls and then they don't get enough. They just go like, oh, you're opening the idea of selling? And he's like, yeah, we're opening the idea of selling. And then they just say, great, they hang up. Okay? They hang up too soon. You don't get enough information to sell the deal and then you struggle to sell the deal. Well, you're wondering why. Well, it's because you don't get enough information to actually sell the deal. Okay, these 10 points are going to be able to help you make more money when it comes to lead generation. That's the whole point here. Hey, Derek?
Hello?
Yeah, Derek, can you hear me?
Hello? Got a bad phone, whoever this is.
Sorry, Derek, can you hear me now?
I heard my name.
Yeah, Derek, my name is Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Lexington in East Brunswick. How you doing?
Yeah, you got a bad phone. I'm not interested.
I got a bad phone? What does that mean? I can hear you fine. Whatever. Sergio says, you set an appointment before getting any financials. I've always had this as a question. No. What is the number 1 objection? Number 1 is get enough information to sell the deal, right? If you want to set an appointment, you can. I don't need to do that over the phone. Like too many people focus on this.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I was looking for Craig, please.
May I help you?
Yeah, hi, Craig. My name is Henry. I was calling about the building you have on Industrial Drive in Trenton. How you doing?
You got what?
I was calling you about your building on Industrial Drive in Trenton. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I don't have a building on Industrial Drive. I'm a little confused.
Okay, wrong number. Sorry about that. My apologies. All right, delete the number. He's not calling him back. So listen, big mistake. Remember, in order to set the appointment, because this is number 2, you don't set an appointment unless you have enough information to sell the deal. Okay? Get enough information to sell the deal is the most priority. Hey, Douglas?
Thank you for calling Douglas Industries. How can we help you?
I have his cell. I'm gonna give Doug a call. Thanks. The problem is that, like, here, I'll even do this for you. Okay, don't even set an appointment. Don't do it. Don't set an appointment. You don't even need to. Okay, get enough information. Okay, get enough information to sell the deal. That's number 1. That is priority number 1. Don't even set an appointment. You don't even need to. Okay, I don't need to confuse you. Like, the point is, like, we don't ever need to set an appointment because so many of us are trying to set appointments to go to. Just trying to set an appointment when you don't even have enough information to sell the deal. So, Sergio, you don't set an appointment before. You don't even need to. You just want to get the financials. Hey, Margaret.
Morning, Schrader and Company.
Okay, I was looking for David,
Yes.
please. Oh, this is Margaret. Okay. Yeah, hi, Margaret. My name is Henry. I was calling you about
Wait a minute. You want it? Wait 1 minute. I can't hear a word you're saying. You're talking too fast. Now, who's calling?
Margaret, my name is Henry, and I was calling you about the property I have on Halsey Road in Newton. How you doing?
Okay, we don't have any property listed on our address.
On your address. Got it. Okay, I might have the
I
wrong
mean,
number.
we're on Halsey Road now. What are you saying? There's a listing for the property? Is that what you're saying?
There's not a listing for the property, no. I own an investment company, and I'm trying to buy more properties in town, and I was calling you and David to see if you'd be open to the idea of selling the property.
Okay, the best way to reach me is by email.
Okay. Is this even something you might consider
It's-
to selling?
You'd have to speak with Dave.
Okay, you prefer I do it via email. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me grab a pen. 1 second here. Go for it. And towing. And towing.com. Gotcha. Okay. I will, I'll shoot you an email. I'll have one of my team members shoot you an email and we can take it from there. And then just, okay. I mean, I'm guessing you and him make that decision together?
You know what? You would have to speak with Dave.
Speak with Dave. Okay. And again, it was,
So why don't you email him?
I'm going to email him.
Okay.
I got your email here. No problem.
Okay, that's great. Email him.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Okay. It sounded like it was like a secretary. I mean, I thought it looks like they're married, but she's acting like that's not even the case. Okay. Let's continue here. Let me just make sure, by the way, I want to make sure that everything's done. Okay, let's get to work. All right, let's put the phone back here. And then I also want to make sure we add all this information. Give me 1 second, everybody. We're just going to add it to the CRM that I was telling you guys about. Yeah, we're going to add it to the CRM. So it takes an extra minute or two here. I got this friggin' charger. So I want to make sure my phone doesn't die while we're on this freaking live stream. Okay, and then let me just grab the phone number one more time. Okay, email, details, and offer. And let me grab the property. Okay. Next. Let's go for it. So, Obviously, we talked about standing when dialing. Very important. It helps with the energy. We talked about matching and mirroring on the phone. As soon as I heard it was Margaret, not David. Okay, as soon as I heard it was Margaret and not David, I obviously changed my tonality. I changed my rate of speech. It was easier to connect with her.
414.
Okay. Obviously, make sure you change. You got to change that up. You can't speak the same way to everybody. Next, master your opening line. Your opening line is your most powerful statement you're going to say, so make sure you master it. Next is understand your objective. You must, on the phone, understand your only objective is to get enough information to sell the deal. That's it. That's all that matters. Okay? Make sure. Yeah, hey, I'm sorry. I was looking for Craig, please.
Looking for who?
Craig. I might have the wrong number.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Have a great day. Next. Okay. Make sure when you're on the phone, you get enough information to sell the deal. Okay. Number 10. Okay. Number 10.
Calling. If you know your party's extension, you may.
Okay. You must have next steps, right? Understand your next steps when it comes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had the wrong number. Sorry. I called that person before. I mean, look, I've called the entire freaking state in New Jersey 100,000 times. So I know a bunch of different properties. I know he's not selling. I've called him a bunch of times.
Thank you for calling Critical Point Castingo Consulting, divisions of New Jersey Healthcare.
Tom says that's fast Jersey talk, but you matched your rate of speech and get the information. Correct. That's right. That's like, again, I need enough information for next steps. Hello?
Again, press any.
Okay, so next steps. You must have an understanding of what your next steps are when you're on the phone call. Okay, very freaking important. Understand your next steps, right? Whatever that is. I don't care if it's to make an offer. Okay, make an offer. I don't care if it's to set appointment. I don't care if it's send an email. I don't care if it's send an email or a text, by the way. I don't care if it's an email or a text. The point is you need to make sure you understand whatever your next steps are. Okay? You're not getting off the phone until you understand your next steps.
The person you're trying to reach is not.
Right? You don't get off the phone. Like, again, just the person last year, I know I got to send them an email. I took a note of whatever the email is. I got to make sure that I send out that email. My assistant's going to do it. I don't need to worry about it. But for everyone else here, just send the email. Have a template ready to go. You only need a few templates, right?
Yeah.
Think about it like this, right? Let's talk about emails. Let's talk about next step emails, okay? So this is going to be next steps. Okay? So we'll do a number one. Let's do a number one here, okay? Number one for next steps, okay? So you're going to have an email with your
mailbox
info.
number 9739483.
Okay. You need an email templated with your email. Okay. These are just going to be next steps, and this can be templates. Okay. Very easy to do. Okay. Next step templates. Email with your information / set next call time. Okay. That was weird. Okay, so in your email, you want to make sure you have all of your information. Okay, an email with your information, and at the very end, you set basically your scripting at the end of the email is just let me know when when we can. I know, looking forward to connecting with you again. Like I'm available next week. Tuesday or Thursday, what works better for you, right? The point is you're trying to set the next call time, right? Book a meeting from a meeting. Most time you can't book that from that call, right? Like BAM fam is very important. Okay, so hey Tom.
Yeah, just no.
Yeah, Tom, my name is Henry. I was calling about the building you have on Trenton Lakewood Road. How you doing?
Yeah, this is Bill.
Yeah, hey, Bill. Bill, I was calling about the building on Trenton Lakewood Road in Millstone. How you doing?
Yes.
So I was calling you because my partner and I are going through a 1031 exchange, and I was just calling to see if you'd be totally against the idea of selling the building.
That's up to the gentleman who owns it. Hold on just for a moment.
Is it? All right, he's connecting.
Everything your vehicle needs, all in one place. Compact Cars handles it all under one roof. Our cutting-edge facility in Millstone is equipped
He's connecting me to the guy.
repair, maintain, customize, and detail vehicles of
But
every
bam,
make
fam.
and model. It's expert care.
I'll switch over to his voicemail. Hold on.
Okay, thanks. I'm going to his voicemail now. So, but BAM fam is very important, right? Book a meeting from a meeting, okay? So if you can do that over the phone, but if you can't, you do it through the email, okay? Which this template with your information, this way you can call the next person, okay? This templated email is very important to have, by the way. Because you're going to say, who are you? Can you send me some information? Just have it ready, okay? It's going to be the same thing. You can put it in your drafts. And you can copy and paste it 100 times, okay? By the way, I'm just going to drop a voicemail. That'll be easy done, okay? Book a meeting from a meeting if you can. If you can't do it, just try to put it at the end of your email. Is very important, okay? Number 2 is you're going to have a text. You're going to just have a copy-paste text message, okay, with your info. Hello, Tom?
No, this is Bill.
I'm sorry, I have the wrong number. Sorry about that. Calls the same guy back? What the hell's going on?
Hi, you've reached Santori's Produce.
All right, we're going to keep going. So you want your same information, right? Your info, okay? Text message instead of an email. Text with your information, right? And then try to book again. You want to try to book a meeting, okay? Book a meeting, okay? In your text message. But these are the 2 things you're just going to need, right? Like, because they're always going to say, like, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for Tom, please.
This is Tom.
Yeah, hey Tom. My name's Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Trenton Lakewood Road. How you doing?
Okay. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was calling you today because my partner and I are going through a 1031 exchange, and I was just calling to see if you'd be totally against the idea of selling the building.
I mean, we would entertain offers, but we're really not looking at that.
Okay,
Not so much selling the building, but it's an expensive business inside of it.
yeah, I mean, and just curious because our specific business model is not to have you leave the building. We'd actually love to structure a sale leaseback type of situation if you'd be open to it. If you are open to the idea of selling, we would actually want you to stay and just sign a lease. Is that something you'd be open to for the right price and terms?
We would talk, for sure.
Okay. What kind of price range do you feel like you'd even need to be at in order to even consider something like this?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm with a customer delivering his new car, so.
Well, that's awesome. Okay. So then,
in the middle of this conversation.
No, I understand. I obviously.
We can talk.
Okay. Is there a better time to call you back directly?
You could try me this afternoon. I'm delivering a car right now.
No, for sure. I know you're busy. So is this the best phone number to reach you at, Tom?
This is the only number. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll give you a call back a little bit later this afternoon. Thanks so much. Bye.
Okay.
So look, interesting piece here. Okay. He's open to the idea of selling. He's also open to the idea of a leaseback, which is very smart. Okay. We like to hear that. And okay, he's interested in maybe having a second conversation. Now listen, here's the interesting thing though. Do I have enough information? Do I have enough information to sell this deal? The answer is no, I do not. I do not have enough information to sell this deal. This guy's rushing me off the phone. This happens to us. It happens to everybody, right? It's fine. But I don't have enough information to sell this deal. So guess what we have to do? We have to call him back so we get enough information to sell the deal. Now, I don't have all the information I'd like to sell this deal, but I do have some interesting things, though. He owner occupies it, which means he has no rent. Okay, there is no rent being paid. He's the owner occupant of this building. Okay, maybe he has another tenant in there. I don't think so, but let me take down this information real quick, and we're gonna talk more about it. Okay, I just want to make sure I can do this at the same time. Okay, why did that? Give me 1 second, guys. This is like copying and pasting very strangely. I guess I have to type it. That's really annoying. Okay, here we go. So what's interesting, though, with sale leaseback situation, guys, is actually my favorite piece of it because it actually eliminates a lot of information that I would try to get, which is like a rent roll, a P&L, and all that kind of stuff. Like he's not going to have a lot of that kind of stuff. He obviously might have a little bit of his expenses, but when it's a sale leaseback situation, he's not going to have a lot of the information that we would all need, like copies of leases and all the different details in regards to that. So it actually makes it a lot easier to sell these types of deals. I'm actually just going to put some quick information because I think it's 12K square feet, at least based on what I can see. Owner occupied. Call back this afternoon. Okay, which is going to be like Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, 9th at 1:30 p.m. Okay, that's what I'm calling them. Anyways, all right, great. So let's continue. Let's continue here. And by the way, we talked about this. Make sure you delete the phone number because I don't need to call him back through the dialer. It's completely unnecessary, right? So here we go. All right. So I have to call back and get a little bit more information, not a lot of it, but I want to get like, an idea of where it needs to be price-wise.
Press 1 now to
Right? I want to understand price-wise where it needs to be. Because if he says 1.5 to 2 million and I can get this guy to do a 15,000 a month triple net lease back, this deal is a home run all day long. I just, hope he doesn't want great, crazy numbers. If he wants crazy over 2 million, there's no way. Hey, Andre.
Hello?
Yeah, Andre, can you hear me? Hello?
Who is this?
Yeah, Andre, my name is Henry. I was calling you about the building you have on Summers Point. How you doing?
What were you calling me about? I'm sorry.
It sounds like you're driving. I was calling you about the building you have on New Road in Summers Point.
I think you got the wrong person.
Okay, sounds like
There's
it.
no building on New Road in Summers Point.
Wrong number. Sorry about that. By the way, whenever you get a wrong number, guys, just hang up. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, where'd you get my number? And they start having this weird conversation with people. You don't need to do that, okay? Completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Let's get back over here, right? So you have your 2 templates, okay? Very important. You just have your email template with your information and next steps to try to book another meeting or another call. Same thing with the text message. These are the only 2 you need. Hey, Jack?
Yes.
Yeah, hi, Jack. My name's Henry. I was calling you about the property I have on Turner Place in Piscataway. How you doing?
Yeah, the wrong number.
Wrong number. Sorry about that. Have a great day. You understand how I changed the voice real quick? I changed the rate of speech. I changed the tonality. Very important. You got to do that real quick. Okay. So you got your next steps here. Let's go to the next page. So last few things when it comes to lead generation. Okay. See if this guy answers the phone real fast.
Thank you for calling American Asphalt. How can we help you?
Yeah, I was looking for Robert, please.
Robert, did you have a last name?
Brown.
I don't believe he works with the company anymore.
Okay, wrong number. Sorry about that. Next. I just move on quick. I want to move quick, right? So let's talk about the last few things here. Very important few things. By the way, what number are we on? What are we on, 11? Yeah, I got 10 here. All right, let's talk about 11. All right. Number 11 is unreasonable.
Continue. Again.
Unreasonable
Continue.
consistency.
Continue.
Okay. Unreasonable consistency. Very important. Okay. You need unreasonable consistency if you want to make a lot of money as a salesperson. People who are successful as salespeople are unreasonably consistent. They go to work every day. They get their job done. They go home. They go to the next day, do the same thing. They get the job done, go home, come back to work. They get the job done. They go home. You get my point? Like you got to do the same work every single day consistently. So many people just think that they can do it once and they can be rich. No, not the case. Hey, Spiros.
Hello? Yes.
Yeah, Spiros. My name is Henry. I was calling you about your building on Connington Road. How you doing?
I'm good. Did you call me last week?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Good for you.
yeah, I'm a local broker here in town, and I had a client of mine who's looking to expand, and I was just curious if you had any vacancy in the building.
What's he in the greenhouse business?
Yeah.
Who is that? Who wants to expand?
So they're looking for like 10 to 20,000 square feet. I was just looking to see if you had any vacancy in it. They have a business in New York, and they're trying to.
I'm not interested in that. I got 500,000 square feet over 2 locations. It's still not enough.
Still not enough for you. Okay. I mean, is this something you might be open to selling for the right price, or you're just?
Sure, I'll sell anything for the right price. Nobody's even come close.
What kind of price are you looking for?
A phone book?
How much is a phone book? $12?
I don't know, 40 million?
A phone book is 40 million?
Yeah, I'll sell cottage roof for that much.
How much square feet is this? Like 250,000?
I got 250,000 square feet.
Done. Okay. And then how much is that is in the the greenhouse area?
I can't hear you.
How much of that is in the greenhouse area?
I got 250,000 square feet. I got 200,000 square feet in greenhouse, and then offices and warehouses and included for the rest.
Okay, got it. Okay. 40 million, you said?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Then I'll go retire. I'm old enough.
Gotcha. I mean, do you feel like, last time I was working on these types of deals, we'd probably, for something like this, it'd be closer to like 15-ish million. I mean, I don't know if that's even close to where you need to be. I'm not getting out of bed for that. Would you get out of bed for 18, 20? Nope. That'd be 40 million. Okay. And I'm guessing. And I got 2 locations. This is my main one, and I got another one. Gotcha. So, okay, got it. So you're like, 40 million would get you to like retire the business kind of thing, or you'd continue doing the business? No. Just my Cosby Road location. The land's worth more. The land alone is worth 25. I can put townhouses on it. Okay. So 40 million, and then would you? Right behind me, they got 200 townhouses. They could give me 100,000 a lot. That's 20 million just in lands. Okay. So then, would you do a sale leaseback if I got someone to pay you 40 million? Would you stay and continue paying rent or no? No. I think you guys called me last week. I told you that. Somebody called me from the same number last week. Okay. So no, you just want to vacate. You'd take 40 million and you'd leave. Oh yeah. I'm not leasing it back. I've been here my whole life. I don't have to lease it back to it. I'm not leasing them back. If I'm getting paid, I'm leaving. Gotcha. All right. That's what I wanted to clarify. Okay. Understood. Sounds like a plan. All right. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah. Bye. I don't remember calling this guy last week. Maybe I called him and didn't really get him on the phone because I don't remember this conversation, but and I don't have a note here that I spoke to him. But anyways, he's got a 250,000 square foot. The problem is that it's all agricultural, so it's not really like a normal warehouse. If it was a normal warehouse, I think it might actually be a good opportunity at like probably 20, 25 million. 40 million is crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, unless you got an owner occupant, I don't see how this actually sells. But well, anyways, let's delete this guy's number so we don't cold call him again. No, not necessary whatsoever. Let's go to the next lead. Here we go. So I got my protein shake. Feeling good. So you need unreasonable consistency. If you want to be successful in this business long term, you just got to be consistent. If you're more consistent than your competition, you will see success. Right? You can even say unreasonable consistency, right? / massive volume.
Forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Because this is what I'm explaining here.
You're calling about the apartment I have.
Okay. What I'm explaining here, though, is that most people don't do enough volume, right? Like they're not consistent enough and they don't do enough volume, right? They don't make enough calls and they don't do it consistently for long enough to actually see massive levels of results. You do those two things, you'll see great results, even if you're not an amazing salesperson, right? But volume would overcompensate for it.
At the tone, please.
Right? If you're not a great salesperson, you got to do more volume. If you're not a great salesperson, you got to be more consistent, right? Because then you can beat the people who are great salespeople, but they're inconsistent and they don't do a lot of volume. Okay. Number 12. Okay. Number 12 is get a coach. Okay. Hire a coach. I think it's silly that people are just like, I'm going to do this all on my own. Like, guys, if you want to be in better shape, hire a fitness coach, right? If you want to make more money, you hire, people who can help you make more money. If you want to, like all the things in life, if you want a better relationship, you go to, you get a relationship coach, right? Like if you want to, all these different things, if you want better results, go learn from people who have better results, who can teach you differently, right? The problem is that everyone's like, I'm going to do it on my own. I can do it on my own. I can do it on my own. I can do it. No, shut the hell up. And it's okay to get ready. It's okay to get support. We all need support. I need support because I want to be making $10 to $20 million a year. I'm not making $10 to $20 million a year. I want to go learn how to do that. So I got to go pay people who make $10 to $20 million a year so they can teach me how to do it.
5,
right?
4, 8.
Because look, guys, all I want to do is I want to take my future and I want to bring it closer to me, right? I want to bring my future, whatever I can accomplish in the future, I want to bring it closer to me. So if I can go do that, I don't care how much money it costs. Like, how much would you guys pay if you can go find your 10-year-old plus future version of you? So if you're 30 or 40-year-old self, right? I'm 30 now. I'm about to be 31 in October. If I can go talk to my 40 or 50-year-old self and bring them closer to me, right? And learn from that individual, how much would you pay? right? I'd pay a lot of money. I'd pay tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Maybe millions, right? Because I know that that person knows more than me, right? Because obviously I can, if I can condense a time frame and learn how to do something faster and make more money quicker, it's worth more money. Hey, Mel?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mel, my name is Henry. I was calling you about the property you have on 2nd Street in Elizabethport. How are you doing?
I think you have the wrong number, sir.
Wrong number. Sorry about that. Have a great day. Okay. Sergio says, these types of conversations that you just delete them, how can I, with little experience, gauge a call to know when to dispose and don't waste time? Very good one. That's number 13. Ready for this one? Number 13, very important. You want a clear path to transacting. You want a clear path to transacting, right? If you don't have a clear path to transacting, what on God's green earth is the point, all right? That's how you know. Is there a clear path to transacting with this individual? Because if there's no clear path, they can be on a 90-day or a 12-month automated, email and text message sequence, right? With voicemails and the whole nine, right? You could just have them on a sequence forever. It doesn't even matter. Like, do I have a clear path to making money with this person or not? That's all I care about. Because the faster you can figure out if you have a clear path to making money with somebody, like what is the likelihood that you can actually sell this deal, right? Because I want to have the highest likelihood possible. I want to spend time. Okay.
Hi, you've reached the cell phone of Warren Aiello.
All right, right? I want to, no, 13 next, right? 13A. Okay, 13A. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, hi, Joaquin.
Huh?
Yeah, I was looking for Joaquin. Can you hear me?
Who's it?
Yeah, hi, my name's Henry. I was calling about the building you have on Windsor Street in Kearney. How you doing? Can you hear me, Joaquin?
No.
I'm calling you about the building you have on Windsor Street in Kearney.
Say no.
Okay. I don't know what no means. No mean. Anyways. Okay. Wrong. This guy's pissing me off. I don't know what no means. Okay. I don't even know if he could hear me. It does not matter. So the point is like, okay, look, ready? 13A. Spend time. Right. I'd even say 80% of your time. Okay. 80% of your time with people who have a clear path, right? Like an easy, simple, clear path, right? The clearest path to transacting where there is equals to money. Okay. Spend time, 80% of your time with people where there's a clear path to making money. Okay.
Hello. You may leave a message.
Because too many of us are spending. The problem is this, right? Spend very little.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Okay. I'm going to say 80% plus.
Hi, thank you for calling Cedarwood Management.
The point is you want to spend 80% plus of your time with people who have the ability to make you money, right? Like these are the people with clear paths to transacting. You want to spend 80+% of your time with these people.
Police department.
I'm sorry, I have the wrong number. My apologies.
Sure.
I just called the police department. And everyone's like, man, I don't know what happens if I call the wrong number. I just called the freaking police department. Whatever. And then you want to spend 80% of your time with people who can make you money, and then less than 20% of your time, very little time. I would even say like 5% or less. Okay, 5% or less. That's a terrible percent, right? 5% or less.
Kids Town. For the dial by name.
Okay, of your time with people who make you no money. Okay, if they're not going to make any money, stop spending time with them. Too many people are spending 80% of their time with terrible leads, right?
Hello, we are not available.
Because you're spending your time with terrible leads, the odds of you making money is very little. Okay, where I would tell you I would rather you get back on the phones and go find people who have a higher likelihood of transacting. Go find people who actually want to sell, right? Go find people who actually want to. You're going to make more money if you just spent more time going and finding people who are actually motivated to sell. Because if they have no motivation, there's no clear path to transacting. You're wasting your time. You're literally just wasting time, energy, and money. Sergio says an example, the $40 million guy, do you delete the number or add him to any sort of automated campaign? Okay, great question. So the guy who just said he wanted $40 million for his property, I have him from, I know the property very well. Okay. So I've spoken to him like over a year ago. I didn't speak to him last week, so I don't know what he's talking about there, but
Lucci Industries, how can I help you?
wrong number. Sorry. Okay. The difference though is he wanted $20 million 2 years ago. Now he wants $40 million. So like, it's like one of those things where, he's going in the wrong direction. He obviously doesn't need to sell it. It's not, it's not interesting whatsoever. Right. So there's no reason for me to be focused on it. Right. There's no reason to be focused on that, Sergio. Right. So, that type of deal, he's been on a 12-month campaign for over 2 years now. Right. So like 2 years ago or 2+ years ago, when I first spoke to him, he wanted $20 million. It was overpriced then. It's more overpriced now. He's been on a 12-month campaign for a long time. I just pulled a new list and he happened to be on it. Right. So it's not that big of a deal. But like that type of guy, if I just randomly cold call him, I would have no idea if the 40 million made sense. I'd have to do more due diligence, right? But if I found out, like, let's say he would go all of a sudden to a new list.
How can I help you?
I'm sorry, wrong number. So, by the way, I'm looking over it. Like the zip codes are not even the zip code's not even close. I'm going to go to the next one. And by the way, this is why data is so important, right? We skip trace everything, but there's still wrong numbers, right? People don't understand. Like, we pay lots of money to skip trace data to make sure we have the best data, and there's still a lot of wrong numbers. Still a lot of wrong numbers. So yeah, you have to prospect a lot of people to make any decent type of money. Because like even today, we're at over 100 dials, right? And we've only had maybe a dozen or half a dozen conversations. I mean, like this is why you need a dialer. Very a lot of important stuff here. Okay. But this is the biggest thing. Most people screw that part up. They spend too much time with people who do not have a clear path to transacting. It's like absolutely killing your business. You're spending way too much time
The voicemail box that has not been.
with people who are not going to transact. Like the odds of them, the likelihood of them selling is just so low, you're not going to make any money, right? So look, right? You want to make sure, like again, clear path to money, okay? To transacting, okay? We want a clear path to transacting. That's what we care about most. So if you get a lead, okay, next thing you're going to do is you're immediately... Whatever. Next. Once you get a lead, you're going to immediately figure out, you're going to qualify. Okay? And by qualifying, you're going to say, like, what is, okay, which is, what is likelihood of closing? Okay? That's what this qualify piece is. Okay, you get your lead first, and then you got to qualify it. And you want to know what the likelihood of closing is.
This number are being
Okay,
screened by
and the problem is that if you do this and you qualify the lead, and after you get all the information, right? You get a lead, you get enough information to possibly sell. You're going to qualify it quickly.
Here I'm on the line with another person.
Okay, you're going to qualify it quickly, and you're going to see what is the likelihood of actually closing on this deal. What's the likelihood? And you're going to be able to figure that out by understanding, like, did I get enough? If you got enough information to sell the deal, you'll be able to know. But if you don't have enough information to sell the deal, you're never going to know anyways.
This call may be recorded for quality.
Okay. So it's like, I need to know as fast as possible. Okay. ASAP. Okay. Qualify as soon as possible. Okay. Very important. Qualify them ASAP. Because if you don't qualify them, okay, and you just end up spending time with this person because you don't know, okay, you end up wasting a lot of time, energy, and effort when it would make more sense to what? Go back and get another lead. Go get more, +1, +100, +1,000. Right? I'd rather you just try to go generate a bunch more leads. Go generate more leads because you have a lead problem, right? You don't have enough qualified good leads. That's the problem. So if we look here, okay, 1 second. So if you look at a couple different things, let me get rid of this real fast. Okay, so if you look at this one piece in your business, hey Sam, if you look at this one piece of your business, it's going to be very important. Okay, look at your business and say, because there's 3 different types of business leads you got here. Okay. Okay, ready? You've got hot leads, warm leads, and cold leads. Okay. Hello, Sam? Nobody home. Okay. So hot leads. You're going to ask yourself, how many people do you have in your database right now who are going to close, okay, in sub 90 days?
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay, which means they're priced appropriately. How many people do you have in your database that you think they can close, whether it's with you or somebody else? They're going to close in the next 90 days. How many people do you have in your business right now or in your database? Okay, in your database, how many people do you think are going to close, whether it's with you or another broker, another investor, whoever, within the next 90 days? Figure that out. Okay, next one.
Good afternoon, 10:50. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking for Alan, please.
Not available. May I take a message?
Sure. My name is Henry. I was calling him about a building he has on North Summit Street in Tenafly.
Yes.
Yeah, I just, I work with I'm an investor in the area. My partners and I are looking to make an offer to buy the building if he's interested in selling it.
Okay. Can I have your contact number and I'll have his.
Yeah. Do you see the caller ID? You see the caller ID?
Yes, I do.
That's the best number to reach me.
Call you back on that number?
Yeah. This is the best phone number to reach me. Correct.
Okay. I'll forward the message to
You
him. Okay.
you are the best. Thank you so much.
All right. You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Have a
Bye-bye.
good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay. So now, hot is sub 90 days. Warm, sub 12 months. Okay. And cold.
Hi, this is Gina. I can't get to the phone right now, so please leave a message.
Cold. Okay. Now look, you have 90 days, you got 12 months, and then cold is something like, again, this is years. Okay. This is just several years. I mean, this could be 10, right? And they're maybe never selling. A lot of people have people here. This is what a lot of people have. Okay. A lot of people in the category of like, oh, they'll sell in the next maybe 12 months to several years. And they spend all the time, energy, and effort on here instead of generating more here. This is where all the money's made. All of this right here is where all the money's made in the hot.
Please record your message when you have
Okay.
finished recording.
I would tell you, I'd rather you be spending time on generating more high quality leads versus spending time on this bucket. Why even spend more time on this bucket? It doesn't make any sense. They're not even going to close for another 12 months, right? The price they want is way too much money, right? You're spending way too much time and energy and effort on warm to cold leads when I'm spending all my time on the hot leads and or generating more hot leads. Right? It's only one or the other. Either I'm spending time trying to close a hot lead, right? I'm either trying to help close these leads or generate more of them. That's it, right? I either need more hot leads, people who are motivated to sell at reasonable prices, or I want to try to work with, so I'm either generating more of them or I'm trying to sell those deals. That's it, guys, right? It's like we try to overcomplicate this industry, but you don't have to. Lead generation is just how many more of these people can I get? And if can I bring any of these people to this? Can I take any one of my warm or cold leads and make them a hot lead? That's it, guys. That's the whole business, right? Who's got some questions? Let's drop it in the chat box down below.
Deep, and I'll get back as soon as I can.
Who's got any questions? I'm actually going to stop the dialer real quick here.
To continue this call in English.
Okay, I'm going to stop the dialer. All right. I want to make sure I'm available to answer any quick questions real quick. It's 12 o'clock and I got to jump on a call in about 15 minutes. But I want to make sure I answer your questions. What questions do we have real quick? Who's got some questions? Who's got some questions on this? This is it, right? We covered the, I don't even know how many of these different steps we had here. Okay, we had 13 steps, right? We covered we covered the script book 2.0 if you want to make a lot of money. Again, just a quick recap for everybody, right? We talked about script book 2.0. It's coming out soon. Very interesting here to get it, guys. If you want to, get all the tools and resources that you need for, generating 2 to 10x the amount of leads that you need to generate, right? If you're interested in generating more leads each and every single month, we have a program that's coming out. It's called the Commercial Real Estate Fast Track. Okay, so if you're interested in, being a part of the Fast Track, all the information is going to be coming out soon. It's going to include Scriptbook 2.0. It's going to be including my new CRM, CRE Sync, which has a dialer and all of my templates and everything included in it. You're going to love it. Okay. You need to make sure you master the art of getting data. We use Reonomy and CoStar. If you don't, know what those softwares are, literally Google it. Just take advantage of it. Get your program. I'm not, an affiliate in any way of those companies, but I use them myself. Practice and role play in the Fast Track. We're going to have a community of people who are all just like you, motivated individuals who are interested in bettering their abilities on the phone. You guys can, have plenty of people to role play with in there. There's role play sessions in there. Make sure whenever you guys are prospecting, you're always calling first, then you leave a voicemail, then you send a text, then you send an email. Too many of us are just relying on text and emails these days. Millennials and Gen Zs specifically are just not making the calls they need, okay? Next. 6, always stand when you're dialing. You're going to have a lot better results when you stand when you dial because you're going to sound better. Your energy is going to be different, okay? Number 7, match and mirror, specifically affecting your rate of speech and your tonality. It's very important to understand that, like, look, when especially when you're sitting, right? That's why standing is important. But people, when you're prospecting, everyone just tries to, you're sounding the same. Like, you're not even trying to intentionally change and adapt your tonality or rate of speech when you're speaking to somebody. You can't speak the same way to an elderly woman from Kentucky, right? That you would from a 40-year-old hustling guy in New York. You just can't speak the same language, the same tonality, same rate of speech. You just can't do it. Now, especially like me, I'm super high energy. I can't be like this with everybody. It just doesn't work. Okay. Next, 8, master opening line. It's just like a hook when it comes to social media. You need to master your opening line because you're going to be saying it so frequently, and people are just going to hang up if the opening line isn't a powerful punch. Okay. Number 9, understand the objective when you're prospecting. Get enough information to sell the deal. It's not set an appointment. It's not anything else. It's just get enough information to sell the deal. That's priority number 1. Next is understand your next steps. Bam, fam. Book a meeting from a meeting. Very important. Keep it in mind. Like, what are my next steps with this deal? Am I making an offer? Am I sending an email? Am I sending a text message? Am I trying to set an appointment? Like, what is my next step from this? And try to get to that as soon as freaking possible. We talk about the next step templates with your email, and you need your information, and the text with the information. But make sure you always have a closing hook at the end, trying to set up the next phone call or anything like that. Okay. Number 11, unreasonable consistency and massive levels of volume. Most people don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they are not consistent enough and they don't do enough volume to actually ever see results. Okay. Number 12, just get a coach. I mean, guys, like everyone needs a little bit of help, and that's totally okay. It doesn't need to break the bank. It's not supposed to break the bank, but it is supposed to feel a little bit uncomfortable because growth is outside of your box of comfort. Right? If you want to be successful, you have to get outside of your comfort zone, and you're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Invest a little bit of money, but I've never even invested in coach and never made infinitely more money than if I invest in myself, whether it's $10,000 or $100,000, and I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching, right? Conferences, courses, you name it, mentors, coaches, right? I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. Even with the ones that sucked, I still made infinitely more money, right? And I will always make more money as I continue to invest in myself. So get a coach. I don't care if it's me or anybody else. Get a coach. Okay. Next, clear path. Spend 80+% of your time on hot leads. Like, so many of us are spending way too much time. The people who are failing in this industry are spending way too much time on the cold and warm leads, not going out to generate more hot leads, because the hot leads is what make us money. Okay. You got to when you get a lead, you're going to qualify it and just know, like, what is the likelihood of closing this deal? If it is not something that's super hot, guess what? You need to go after and generate more hot leads. Let's answer some questions. If you have any questions, drop in the chat box down below. Here we go. So we got, I know it all depends on the tenant, but do you use a ballpark square footage price that you can throw quickly over the phone when you're working with a seller, let's say industrial or retail? Let's see here. I'm trying to understand this question. Okay. I know it all depends on the tenant, but do you use a ballpark square foot price that you can throw quickly over the phone? Yes. So I'll use rough numbers. I mean, obviously, like when I'm calling New Jersey, I know New Jersey very, very well. I can make rough estimates. And when I'm calling, I throw all the property details. It's already up, and I can see all the property details in real time. So I see that it's 250,000 feet, 40 million, price per square foot, XYZ, right? Like, I can do all that kind of calculation in my head really quickly. Okay. Or how can I look it up for myself if it's different markets? Yeah. So if you're prospecting a different market, it's obviously going to be difficult. I would tell you to, know if you're calling a brand new market, this is a good part here, right? So if you're calling a brand new market, I would tell you to do the following. Okay. So calling new markets. Okay. If you're calling a new market, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know every comp. You don't need to know everything like that at all. And I would tell you, too many people try to become an expert in the market before they ever prospect. It doesn't make any sense. I would just tell you to get on the phone. You're going to get way better results from actually just ripping the phones in a new market than you would if you're trying to become an expert in that market. Okay. So let's talk about, so when you're calling a brand new market, okay, I would just focus on a few things. One, you need to know the rough price, okay, which is just, let me just do it differently here. Okay, price per square foot / the dollar per unit. for multifamily. So you need to be calling. I would have a rough idea for price per square foot or roughly price per unit. Very, very helpful. And then you can also understand if you're doing, let's just say you said, Tracy, industrial or retail. For industrial retail, I mean, this is going to be very, very important to understand. The only other thing to understand is I want to know, like, hey, if I'm calling a new market, I want to roughly kind of get a real quick gauge of like what's demand like, right? Demand slash like sale comps when it comes to like cap rates. Okay. Now, I want to understand this quickly, like very quickly. I don't need to spend a lot of time. You can go on CoStar and skim it real fast on your cell phone, right? It doesn't need to be super like in depth. But when you're calling a new market, I want to know, like, hey, am I calling on an 8 cap market, 7 cap market, 5 cap market, 6 cap market? I want to know roughly where I need to be baseline, like where is market value, okay? Like all I care about is market value, okay? So I'm looking at market value and I just go, okay, roughly what's my cap range? Right? I just want to know quickly what my cap range is because this way I can have like a very quick understanding when I'm prospecting, like, okay, where do I need to be, understand my market value, which is a current market value. So I can come up with my starter offers much faster. I can understand my pro forma values much faster when I know these numbers quickly. But this is all you need to know. It doesn't need to be complicated. What do you mean by the rough price to have an idea? How? Okay, yeah. So when I'm running the numbers here, I want to know roughly, when I go in CoStar as an example, what's my rough price per square foot for my market for sale? Okay, again, I do investment sales. I don't do a lot of leasing. Okay, so when I'm looking at the markets, when I calling on a new market, I want to know roughly what my price per square foot is for sale, like properties that are industrial or retail. What's the average rough price per square foot that it's sold for? If you're doing multifamily, price per unit, pretty simple enough, right? What are the sale comps, price per unit or price per square foot? And then I want to know what the rough cap rate was for sale comps, right? Roughly for market value, what kind of cap range are we in? That's very important. Any other questions? What do we got? Any other questions? Make sure you guys give this a thumbs up if you guys enjoy this type of content. You guys want me to do more of these kind of live, in-depth kind of, detailed outline, writing on the whiteboard. If you guys like this type of content, let me know. Let me know what else or questions you guys got. What else we got? Any other questions? What do we got? Any other questions before we rock and roll today? We've been live for an hour 30. We talked about how to 2 to 10x your leads in the next 30 days. And we only talk about cold calling, right? This is not even just, going into warm referral calls. This isn't going into talking about social media and warm one-to-many. And this is not talking about cold one-to-many either. This is just baseline stuff of how to generate more leads with cold calling. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you guys enjoy it, if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section down below. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Good connecting with everyone.